Have you ever signed up for a great online course only to quit a few weeks in?
Oh, all the time.
Because the pace is just, it's all wrong. It's either painfully slow or it's just flying past the one thing you really needed to learn.
Right. It's like trying to drink from a fire hose.
Exactly. And you just end up feeling overwhelmed. Well, if that sounds familiar, this deep dive is definitely for you. Today, we're cutting through a really dense white paper on a new platform called Brainy Mentor Pro. It's a next-gen AI learning companion.
A mouthful, but the concept is fascinating.
It is. And our mission today is pretty simple. We want to pull out the key insights on how this tech promises, and this is their phrase, abundance through education.
Which is a bold claim.
A very bold claim.
Yeah.
We want to know how it really redefines not just what we learn, but, how we learn it.
Well, and the source material is pretty blunt about the problem it's trying to solve. It calls it a crisis in education, both traditional and digital. Yeah. The core issue, as they see it, is that the system is static, but the learner you is dynamic. You're always changing.
And that mismatch, that's where the trouble starts.
Exactly. It creates these huge knowledge gaps, and it just tanks what they call knowledge transfer efficiency, or KTE.
KTE. Okay, let's unpack that for a second, because that's a powerful idea. They're basically putting a number on the wasted time in learning.
Precisely. If you study for, say, 5 hours, but you only really absorb 1 hour's worth of material.
Your KTE is terrible and you've wasted 4 hours of your life.
Right. So this whole platform is designed to replace that one-size-fits-all model with something that's, custom fitted to you.
It's the difference between buying a suit off the rack and getting one that's perfectly tailored.
That's a great way to put it. And the paper gives us the metrics. It's not just promises. It supports 13 different languages.
13. So right off the bat, a huge global barrier is just gone.
Gone. Then it has 6 different teaching modes. We can get into those later. And maybe the most important part, it works across 6 different cognitive levels.
Based on Bloom's taxonomy, right?
Exactly.
Okay, let's stick with this personalization idea for a moment, though, because, we've seen platforms that have a beginner or advanced track.
Sure.
How is this really solving a personalization crisis? Isn't offering more languages just, a feature?
I think it's the combination of all of it that makes it different. Most digital tools, the paper argues, have been focused on content delivery.
So it's getting the videos and the PDFs to you.
Right. They weren't focused on interactive moment-to-moment engagement. This system is built to adapt its structure, even its tone, based on how you're actually doing.
So it's not me adapting to the AI.
So the AI adapts to you.
It sounds less like an app and more like a human tutor who never gets tired.
That is the goal.
Yeah.
And that relationship is so important when you go beyond just memorizing things and into real cognitive depth.
Which brings us right back to Bloom's taxonomy. It does. Cognitive progression. So for anyone who isn't familiar, Bloom's is this classic framework for education. But it sounds like they've turned it into a sort of adjustable dial for mastery.
A dial is the perfect word for it. It's not just about reading a chapter anymore. It's about proving you can handle the material like an expert. The AI measures your understanding across those 6 levels.
Okay, let's make this concrete. Give me an example. Say I'm learning about, macroeconomics.
Perfect. Macroeconomics, let's say the Federal Reserve's monetary policy tools.
Okay. Walk me through the 6 levels. How does it work?
So you'd start level 1, remember. The AI just asks, what are the 3 main tools the Fed uses? Simple recall.
Got it. What's next?
Next is understand. It might ask, explain, in your own words, what the difference is between open market operations and the discount rate.
So I have to show I actually get it.
Exactly. Then you hit apply. The AI gives you a scenario. The economy is overheating. Which tool should the Fed use and how?
Okay, now I have to use the knowledge.
And then it gets really complex. Level 4 is analyze. You might have to break down historical data. Compare quantitative easing in 2008 versus 2020. What went wrong? What went right?
Wow, okay, that's a huge leap from a multiple choice question.
It is. And the last 2 levels are true mastery. Evaluate might be critique 2 opposing economic theories on the ideal inflation target and argue for one.
And the final level?
Create. Design a hypothetical new monetary policy tool to fight deflation. You're literally creating new knowledge.
That is the big so what for the learner, isn't it?
Absolutely.
You're not just collecting facts, you're being pushed to think critically. And if you're professional reskilling, you can just skip the first few levels and jump right to analyze.
Right. You don't waste time on what you already know. And the best part is you can change it at any time. Mid-session, you can say, wait, make this harder. Test me at the evaluate level on this specific point.
The depth adjusts on the fly. That's incredible.
It is.
But, moving away from the metrics for a second, what really seems to set this apart is the centerpiece of it all, the interactive avatar. This is where it stops being just a tool and becomes a conversational partner.
Yes, the avatar is designed to make it feel human, to eliminate that feeling of just, staring at a wall of text. But the features they've built in go way beyond a simple chatbot.
Let's start with the languages again, because with an avatar, 13 languages isn't just translation.
No, it's fluency. If you're a native Spanish speaker learning quantum physics, the entire conversation, the tone, the examples, everything is delivered in perfect, natural Spanish.
That takes a huge cognitive load off your brain.
A massive one. But the really revolutionary part, the thing that I haven't seen anywhere else, is the vision-based emotion awareness.
Okay, what does that mean? So it's using my computer's camera.
It is. It means if you look confused or frustrated, the AI doesn't just wait for you to ask a question. It sees that shift in your expression and it reacts.
What does it do? Does it just say, you look confused?
It's much more subtle than that. It connects your cognitive state with your emotional state. So imagine you're learning about supply chain logistics.
Okay.
The AI sees your brow furrow or you start frowning. It detects that you're struggling, so it interrupts itself.
And says what?
It might say, you know what, let's pause on the theory. Think of it this way. Getting a specific car delivered to your driveway, what are the 3 biggest things that could delay it? It instantly switches its teaching mode.
It shifts from Socratic questioning to, say, example-based learning.
Exactly. It uses your visual cues to take corrective action. It's trying to get you back into that flow state for learning.
That's amazing. That's addressing the reason so many people quit, that feeling of being stuck and alone. The system is actively trying to help you when you hit a wall.
It's a continuous alignment mechanism. And speaking of customization, we have to talk about the train AI function.
Right, the document-based learning. This sounds almost too good to be true.
I thought so too.
You can just upload your own documents, PDFs, Word docs, PowerPoints, and the AI learns from them.
Not just learns from them, it creates what they call a knowledge profile. It becomes an expert on your specific material.
So if I upload a 300-page internal company report,
the AI becomes a tutor for that report. It can then generate quizzes, create lessons, and run guided discovery sessions based entirely on that niche content you gave it.
So you could create a custom curriculum for literally anything, for a professional or a student working on a really specific thesis. That's a game changer.
It totally dissolves the barrier of generic content.
And all these things together, the languages, the emotional awareness, the custom training, they all seem to feed into this one goal.
Which is making the conversation the most powerful tool for learning. It removes that inability to just talk naturally and ask follow-up questions, which is what holds back so many other digital tools.
So the final piece of this puzzle is the curriculum itself, the platform's teaching arsenal.
Right.
Because the source argues that one teaching method never works for everyone.
Or even for the same person all the time. A professional reskilling needs something different than a student cramming for an exam.
So they offer 6 distinct teaching modes.
Yeah, and this really shows their commitment to cognitive preference. You get control over the structure of the lesson.
Let's quickly run through them because each one seems to solve a different problem.
Okay, so first you have Socratic mode.
A classic.
The classic. It's the devil's advocate. It just asks you relentless questions to poke holes in your logic and make you think deeper.
Perfect for complex philosophical stuff.
Exactly. Then there's example-based learning. This is for when theory just isn't clicking. The AI will just throw real-world scenarios and case studies at you until it sticks.
I like the sound of the third one, guided discovery.
Oh, this one's brilliant. Instead of giving you the answer, the AI gives you little clues and prompts. It leads you on a sort of cognitive treasure hunt until you find the answer yourself.
And that makes the knowledge stickier.
Much stickier. Then, of course, you have practice drill mode. Pure repetition, quick recall. This is for cramming facts for a test.
Simple but necessary.
Absolutely. Fifth is teach back mode. This is based on the idea that the best way to learn something is to teach it.
So you have to explain the concept back to the AI.
In your own words. And in doing that, you immediately find the gaps in your own understanding.
And the last one is auto mode.
This is the AI as the conductor. It just dynamically picks the best mode for the moment based on your performance and, crucially, on your expressions.
So it could start you in Socratic mode, so you're struggling, and then...
And without you doing anything, it seamlessly shifts you into example-based learning for a few minutes until you get your footing back. The whole experience is fluid.
So, Okay, what does this all mean? We've talked about the languages, the cognitive levels from Bloom's, the emotional support from the avatar, the custom content, the 6 teaching modes.
It's a lot.
It is. But the promise here, the bottom line, seems to be about efficiency and mastery. This tool is designed to empower you to really master complex topics and actually transfer that knowledge into a skill set.
And do it efficiently, without the wasted time we talked about at the beginning. The executive quote in the paper sums it up perfectly. It calls Brainy Mentor Pro a transformative learning companion.
Because it combines the adaptive AI, the multilingual part, and that genuine emotional intelligence.
It's using technology to try and achieve, true abundance in education.
It really is an incredible peek into what the future of personalized education could look like, just removing all that friction we've always associated with learning.
And maybe the final thought to leave everyone with is this. The core of personalized learning might not just be about the content or even the method. It's about how the learning environment feels.
The emotional landscape of learning.
Exactly. And if an AI is sophisticated enough to see confusion or frustration on your face and then instantly adjust its entire approach based on that, what other barriers to learning could we finally tear down?
Barriers we might not even know are there.
The ones that are more emotional than intellectual, that might just be the next great frontier to master?